Hey everyone, Randy Reviews It here. Welcome back for another Guntuber tier list. This time we're doing the tactical edition. So if you have tactics in your name or tactical, that's what we're reviewing right now. I just gathered 10. I'm sure there's more than 10 people with tactical in their name. Maybe suggest those in the comments and who I should add next, or if there's any other themes you want to see. So let's kick things off with my friend Jake here at TN Tactical. Jake, I am putting at B tier. So he's relatively new. If you haven't seen him, check him out because I think he does some of the best optics testing that I've seen. He beats the piss out of these things, and you can see what they can actually take because of him. He's very budget oriented for people. I think some of his intros are fun and funny. I think his channel is only going to get better. But it's not, at that ultra cinematography level that like a 1911 Syndicate is or anything like that yet. So B, one shot tactical. F, this guy sucks. He's basically like the Gen Z version of Yankee Marshall. There's like clickbait titles like never buy a P365 XL. And then he goes on in the video about how it's his favorite gun. He even does like how-to videos. And like one of his how-to videos was like, I'm trying to remember what it was exactly. But his suggestion was just send it to this company and have them do it. Oh, I remember, drilling out optic screws. So he goes, how to unstick optic screws from your slide. And his suggestion was, just send it to this company so they can drill it out for you. And I was like, this is the worst video ever. It's like basically an ad. So yeah, he's really clickbaity, really like kind of used car salesman, kind of like Twitch streamer type. Not a fan. Guns and tactics. So this one I'm putting C tier. So there's some interesting things going on at Guns and Tactics. I believe his name was Dave that I met at GunCon, and I used to watch his stuff, and it was pretty decent, but they've had someone else kind of take over the channel. So they got this new guy in, and he's kind of like a sneaker guy that is also into guns, and he's very much a hype man / Twitch streamer type as well. So, I don't see it lasting long term. I think they found someone who did some gun stuff, who can talk well on camera, and they're just kind of switching it out. So it's like, usually when I watch Guntubers, you want to like the person. Sometimes the content is really good and the person sucks, so you stick around for that. But usually you need a little bit of both being good to keep things around, and I don't necessarily know if that's going to keep going. Civilian Tactical, F tier. This guy is worse than One Shot Tactical. He's really bad. So if you haven't seen it, Vintage Warfare did like a whole video on this guy, and it's great. It's basically like Civilian Tactical is like a Minecraft streamer for kids that got into guns. It's so cringy and unbearable. Like he's like, how many hot dogs can I shoot through? What happens if I put a bullet in backwards? And all this terrible content that's just clickbaity, short bullshit. Like, I'm swearing a lot in this, but this guy sucks. I want nothing to do with him. I think I even eviscerate him in the comments on, like, Focus Trip's video, where Vintage Warfare and that Johnny Q guy had a little debate, but the Civilian Tactical, he's not redeemable at this point. I hope he gets into Twitch streaming or Minecraft or something like that, because it ain't it. He does not slap on God. So 715 Tactical. 715 Tactical is interesting because I know essentially the area he lives in. I used to live there. And it's very rural, very remote. I wish I would have met him when I was still living there. It would have been cool to hang out, shoot, that sort of thing. I put him at B tier because he has some Gucci-esque guns that you wouldn't see on a lot of other sites necessarily. He does some pretty good cinematography and cuts and B-roll, and his voice is good and everything like that. My only beef is the sporadic nature of his posting. Like, there's not really like a schedule. It's kind of, he records a bunch of videos and it feels like he dumps them all out at once. And then some of them are just videos that are all about that Knights Armament and how it, like the cult of Knights Armament. So, overall, good content. I wish he posted more consistently, and maybe did less Knights Armament. But he's at a B. He's decent. The next one we have here is 704 Tactical. 704 Tactical, also B tier. So he does a lot of videos, and on his testing, he puts a lot of rounds through things. I'm kind of a fan of that. He gets more rounds, more chances to see if anything goes wrong. But he does a lot of meme products as far as like reviews. Like, I don't know. It's not the stuff that you'd actually buy if you were serious. I think it's all like jokes. Like I don't know if he actually did a video on it, but like it's like a 5.56 Derringer or something like that. Some of his stuff is memey. Other stuff is good. He does a pawn shop challenge that it's all right. I wish that he did more in the camera stuff, because he does like a lot of tabletop and it's kind of outdated. Like it's weird just looking at someone's hands on a table nowadays for me. I know I used to watch that stuff, and that's what a lot of people used to do. If you're explaining like in great detail things, all right. But if you're talking about prices and other stuff, then I don't necessarily need to see that. Tuffelson Tactical. I hope I said that right. James is A tier. Congratulations on your promotion at HK, dude. Or gig at HK. So if you don't know James, I think he is arguably the best resource on anything HK related. He's been on 1911 Syndicate a few times. And now he's working with HK USA. And he knows the history of things better than anyone. He has access to the gray room. The dude goes into immense detail. He knows his stuff. If you're into HK stuff, you're probably aware of him or you've seen him already. If you're not, check him out if you're interested about like the history of the USP or any of that stuff, or how to actually change things. Dude's a legit gunsmith. Does a lot of stuff for a lot of people. The only thing I can say is he gets a little long-winded. I want to say like he did a video on the new CC9 for HK, and I want to say it was like 55 minutes. Like, it's a striker fire HK gun. I get it. It's going to be pretty good, I'm sure. They did a lot of testing. Like, I guess they put 8 years in that. But it's hard to be excited for that gun for 55 minutes. So, James is still A, though. Tactical Advisor. So, Tactical Advisor, I am putting C tier. Tactical Advisor, what started out as typical gun review, kind of evolved to a marketing campaign for like upgrades and meme guns. Like, he used to do some decent reviews, but then it was like, here's what you should do as soon as you buy a Glock. Throw this comp on it. Do this. Throw this magwell on it. Throw this guide rod in. And it's like, just, it feels like he's trying to push so many products on you and things that are unnecessary. And then, he has a video that says, my $250,000 vault room. And then he walks you through his guns. So he's definitely a humble man of the people with things. Like, it's pretty wild. Like, the only other person that does that video is the Collector. And that guy is maybe one of the biggest douchebags on YouTube. Tactical Toolbox. Jonathan over at Tactical Toolbox. I believe his name's Jonathan. I met him at GunCon for a little bit. He is B tier. And he's, I would say B plus. Like, he's right there almost into A minus. Some of his stuff is kind of clickbaity, and the titles are a little interesting. I get what he's trying to do. I do like, though, some of the content he presents is how to save money and not waste it on BS hype stuff. So he's definitely, unlike what I consider tactical advisor, he's a man of the people. He's trying to tell you, you don't need this Icarus grip frame on this gun. It's like $500. Don't do it. It's not worth it. So I really appreciate that. He also shows you like how to do like builds cheaply if you're interested in like trying to copy or mock up or get as close to something as possible. And I think he's fair. He does some good videos. B tier. Like it. Tactical considerations. A tier. So Mike has a lot of content, a lot of videos. He does it for a lot of different things. I think that he exposes some flaws and QC issues every now and then, which is good. You know, I wish I could put him B+. He's right about here. I feel bad for putting him at B because he's right there with things. So I think tactical considerations exposes flaws. He did a really good video not too long ago about Daniel Defense and how he got this kind of gun that didn't work. And he posts some pretty good things. He's, you know, he has a bunch of different stuff, does a bunch of different testing. He's got a pretty good background in things, you know, like he was a ranger and I think SWAT and things like that. He's, I think, done with that now. But it does provide a decent background. I'm not saying that, like, you should just rest on that, which he doesn't. He's out there shooting and training a regular amount. So I think he provides good data for things. I think his video, the way they're shot and things like that are also good. So big fan. Met him at GunCon. Fun dude to hang out with, just like Tactical Toolbox was. Thanks for watching, everyone. Another edition. Let me know what you want to see next. Take care.